Hello everyone, here at osandvtxrees.com. You're watching a video review of the Huawei T-Mobile U2800. This is a cell phone that's a GoPhone in the United States, which means that it's going to be a non-contract handset. And as a result, if you only plan on using this phone as an emergency backup phone, you can just purchase $20 worth of minutes, and then you can use those minutes as you would like. And when you're done with it, you're done with it. As a result, the Huawei U2800 is a very affordable handset. It only costs $20 in stores, which is very, very cheap. This is a basic messaging / calling phone, so you don't expect too much from it. There's no camera on here. There's no Bluetooth functionality. It's pretty much down to the bare bones of what you expect from even calling a cell phone a cell phone. However, in terms of being such a quote dumb phone, it is a step up from what we've seen in the past. For example, if you compare this to something like the Motorola Razr, which on paper is a lot better, we found that it was actually a lot sleeker, a lot slimmer, and had a lot of cooler functionalities in terms of software than a Motorola Razr did have around 5 to 6 years ago. So it's impressive in that aspect. We'll show you that in a moment. Taking a look at the hardware, it's a very plasticky phone. It's made entirely out of plastic, but it feels extremely well made in the hand, and it doesn't cringe or creak. As a result, it's something that you feel like will be pretty rugged, and even if you throw it around, it won't break, likely. On the front of the device, we have access to a front-facing earpiece. We also have access to a 1.6-inch TFT display. It's easy to read under direct sunlight because it's very bright and vibrant, and it displays colors quite well, even though the viewing angles aren't as terrific as we would like it to be. Below that, we have access to a 5-way navigation toggle, 2 hotkeys, a clear, a volume control button, and talk and end keys that dubs as the power on and off button, and also the screen turn on and the screen turn off key. Below that, we have the navigational the dialing keypad, which is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the pound, 0, and number keys. And these buttons are all risen above the surface, so they're extremely rubbery, extremely tactile, and if you are in darker conditions, they are backlit. So when we're dialing someone really fast, it's going to be really easy to do. It's a great messaging keypad because it's so responsive and so tactile, and it feels really good when you press on a button, which is very impressive for such a budget-oriented phone. Unfortunately, the biggest flaw of this handset is the lack of a volume rocker on the side of the phone, and as a result, to manually adjust the volume, you are forced to go into the navigational settings and then press volume and then go up and down, which is counterintuitive in terms of when you're calling someone, you want to adjust the volume. There isn't a volume button. The top of the device is dominated by a 3.5mm headphone jack, which means that you can listen to MP3 music with your favorite pair of headsets with this phone, and also a great feature means that you can listen to your audio recordings and you can talk to someone using a pair of headsets that's not going to be proprietary. On the right-hand side, we have access to a standard micro USB for charging and syncing information from the phone to your PC. And on the back, we have access to just a loudspeaker, which is, again, pretty loud, actually. And behind the back cover, we have the battery and the SIM card slot, which you can unlock and use with other carriers, because this is a quad-band GSM world phone. Again, no camera, no Bluetooth is on board. We have a very interesting placement of the microphone. Instead of placing it on the bottom of the phone, we have it in the middle of the phone. And as a result, when we're talking to people, they said that we actually sounded a lot clearer. This is a very interesting design decision because it actually works. And I think Huawei did a very nice job with this handset because, in particular, this device has a great sound quality to it. When we're calling users, they said that we sounded like we were calling from a land phone instead of calling from a cell phone. So this remains one of the best sounding cell phones we've ever tested on AT&T's lineup. So it's very impressive in that regard. In terms of cell phone battery, one charge lasted us for around a week, so very good battery life. In terms of reception for wireless signal, it's also very strong, so you won't be, this is a great backup phone or emergency phone for doing that. Taking a look at the user interface, it might seem very basic, but it does have quite a lot of decently designed functions, like playing back pictures, for example. I access the web browser to press the menu button, and we go into settings to take a look at our images. I'm just going to show you some wallpapers that I have on this handset. And if I just look at that, I can select this and take a look. You can see that you can cycle through them, and it has a very nice animation of sliding back and forth, just like on Android or any touchscreen smartphone. And if it's thinking for a while, it's going to show you this thinking box before the picture will finally load. And so it's a very nice interface. Again, I was talking about the Motorola Razr comparison because the Motorola Razr didn't have any animation. If you wanted to go next, it would just load the next image, and it would take 5 seconds to load because the processor was so slow. And you can see that we've jumped, a large gap now, and picture viewing is just a lot smoother now on what we call basic or dumb phones than they were ever before. So Huawei did a nice job of that. Going back, another counterintuitive functionality on this phone is the web browser application. I expect the menu key to actually be the center OK key, but if you press on that, it will take you to the web browser and eat away at your minutes, which is unfortunate. So you have to remember that to go to the menu, you have to press this menu button on the side. In terms of icons for navigation, it's a very basic 3x3 icon-based navigational experience of the web browser address book for looking at your favorite contacts. You have access to a recently calls list, My Stuffs. The App Center actually is just a link to the web browser that will take you to more AT&T applications, so you have to have a web connection to access it. Another unfortunate feature is that there are no built-in games on this handset, so you won't be able to have any, preloaded fun activities to do as you take this out of the box, which is, bare bones again. You have a data balance checker, you have a messaging application, AT&T Mobile Care, and settings. Taking a look at My Stuff with another few applications like the alarm clock. It works pretty well thanks to the fact that the speaker is very, very loud. We have access to a memo, and we have access to a calendar, which actually works fairly decently, and we did like it overall. We have access to a world time, so you can search up different times on a little map, which is always handy to do, and you can check out times in different countries and different nations. We have a stopwatch, which is again very basic and easy to use functionality. Stop, reset, exit. We have a recorder. A voice recorder actually works fairly nice on this. This is a test of the microphone recording capabilities on this Huawei cell phone. And then I can press stop and then press exit. It's going to save very quickly. And then next time I go into the gallery, I can press ringtones. This also dubs as your MP3 player, so you can load songs in here, and I can press on that. It's going to play. I'm going to turn up the volume. Microphone recording capabilities on this Huawei cell phone. So you can hear that the sound quality is very good because the microphone built on this device is very, very strong. Again, you can load MP3 music into the same ringtones folder, and it will play back your music using that headphone jack, which is very nice. You can also load pictures on here, but again, there's no camera built on in. And that's pretty much it. You can load a few other files, and it will probably read it with a basic file manager. You have a calculator on here for doing quick computations, and it works pretty well, and it does the job as you might expect. So in terms of performance, the Huawei U2800 cell phone is just a very easy to use handset that delivers a very good functionality in a very small package. It's a very tiny candy bar phone that's very well constructed. Despite the fact that it's made out of plastic, it feels really rugged in the hand. And it surprises me because I think that this is going to be just a super basic phone, but everything it promises to do, from playing back images to listening to music, is actually very nicely designed, and it performs very, very well. Again, if you're looking for a backup phone or a cell phone that will give you very, very good call quality and reception quality and battery life, then you should probably consider this handset as a backup phone or a primary phone, especially if you're on a budget and you don't need all the functionalities of an Android-based smartphone or other smartphone platform. So thanks for watching this video review of the Huawei U2800 candy bar cell phone for AT&T's Go service plan. Thanks for watching here at osmpdxreviews.com.